Okay, now we're going to use what we've learned about divisibility to find how to reduce fractions. What in the world does reduce mean? Well, reduce is like make it smaller, make it simpler. I always think of a diet when I'm reducing, right? What's the opposite? What's the antonym of reduce? It's hard. So here's what I'm going to use. Instead of the word reduce, I'm going to use the word decrease. And what's the opposite of decrease? Increase. That's the antonym, okay? So we're going to start with a half. Now you already know how to do this. Watch what happens here. When I take this overlay here and put it on top of this one, what happens?
It gets smaller and more pieces.
It's more pieces. The number of pieces is increasing. What I want to do is decrease later, but the opposite is this. So you have to understand this first. Watch what happens. This is going to make my numerator, which is 1, what's it become now?
3.
My denominator is 2. Now what's it become?
3.
Okay, now,
6.
watch this. If you get this next step, we're probably in pretty good shape. We started with 1/2. When I put this on, it makes them both 3 times as large, right?
Yes.
So I'm multiplying them both by 3 when I put the overlay on. Does that make sense? Okay. Can I do that? Is it the same amount? Yes, it's just what? More pieces. Okay, now, what is 3 divided by 3?
1.
1. So what I'm really doing is just multiplying by what? Multiplying by 1, right? And so I might even put a little 1 here. Does that look okay? That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Because 1/2 multiplied by 1 is still 1/2, right? Except it's a different form. Now it's 3/6, and we know that these two fractions are what? Equivalent. That means they're equal. That's the same amount, it's just more pieces. Does that make sense? All right, now, what's the opposite of this? What if I started with 3/6? Can I divide that by 1? What's 3/6 divided by 1? 3/6, right? Okay. But what if instead of 1, let's look at what we just learned about divisibility. Look at these two numbers here. What do they have in common?
They're both even.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Oh, that's even, but that's not even. What can I divide out of both of those numbers?
2.
Oh, yeah, even number, right? Come on, thinking cap, thinking cap.
3.
I can divide them both by 3. Because remember? Now watch what happens. So I can divide them both by 3, right? Because 3 over 3 is the same as, it's 1, right? That's a much lousier 1, but it's still 1, okay? Now here's what happens. In this example, I'm putting on the 3 overlay to make the 3/6. I'm multiplying. In this example, I'm taking off the 3 overlay to get 3 divided by 3 is 1, 6 divided by 3 is 2. This is called increasing. This is called decreasing or reducing. Perfect. Okay. Wow. Think you can do that?
Yeah.
And this is why we learn stuff like this. Here, try this one over here. 12/15. What common factors do they have? Are they both even? No. Can you divide them both by 3?
Yes.
Okay. And you divide this by 3 and this by 3, and you get 4/5. And so this, we say, we have reduced or decreased the fraction, right? But what if we'd started with 4/5? Let me build 4/5, and I'll show you. 4/5, right? Here's 4/5. And what did we decrease by? 3. So what are we going to increase it by? 3, because this makes them both. So the opposite now is 3, 6, 9, 12/15, right?
Right.
So when you increase, you multiply. When you reduce or decrease, you divide. Very good. Okay, so practice reducing fractions by recognizing common factors.